Howdy, I'm Hollow Angel. Obviously most people know of Helluva Boss here on YouTube, but not many of you probably have heard of Good Omens. If you do, special shout out. I'm obsessed with that show. And well, if we're all being honest, Helluva Boss lacks in comparison to the media of heaven and hell. So I'm taking it upon myself to objectively improve the plot and designs of the IMPs. If you're not caught up with either Helluva or Good Omens, don't worry, I'll explain as I go. Starting off with Blitz, the boss of IMP, Immediate Murder Professionals of Hell. His job is to take requests from sinners, those who've died and reside in hell, and kill whoever they want on Earth. He has 3 co-workers, Millie, Moxy, and his adopted daughter, Loona. More on them later. First things first, I'm changing. Obviously, you had to make them all semi-human. Demons usually have 1 or 2 distinct features to pick out in Good Omens, whereas in Helluva, it's literally just Blitz's white scars are from being burnt, so I added those to his counterpart. I never really liked Blitz's outfit, so I was heavily inspired by the Dukes of Hell and Good Omens with the trench coat. I wanted Blitz to be the most sinister appearing because he's extremely outward. He's actually really insecure on the inside, but that'll be delved into if I do Stolas in a later video. IMP would be changed a lot. An IMP employee would be assigned to enter people into hell and campaign their business. In Good Omens, sinners actually have the option to go up there themselves if they have permission. But they have to be zombies. It's pretty brutal. So I think IMP would realistically get a lot of customers. Blitz's design has a lot of demon elements because in Helluva, he doesn't really care about his appearance when he goes to Earth. In Helluva, all imps have an optional human form, but the leads rarely use it, which I think is a missed opportunity for some world building. His fedora was added because I felt like 2 giant horns coming out of his head were important to his silhouette, but it wouldn't make sense to humans. He doesn't care much, but he's not trying to draw attention to himself on purpose. His boots were very inspired by drag queens because his voice actor, Brandon Rogers, specifically has a lot of funny bits on YouTube in drag. It's crude humor, but it's really funny and creative. All of the characters' human slates will be heavily based on the voice actors. I gave Blitz his iconic forehead mark as a tattoo for his design, and kept his yellow eyes and sharp teeth. I feel like he would most definitely disagree with a lot of things that Aziraphale and Crowley do, but he would respect their hustle. For Loona, I had a specific design in mind from the get-go. She was a hellhound in Helluva, but an anthropomorphic one compared to Good Omens, which has demon dogs. Like Good Omens, Luna's eyes would glow red when she was angry, which also happens to be a callback to her original design. I give her huge pupils as a callback to wolf eyes. Her lore would be that, like in Good Omens, hellhounds find their owner. Hers, obviously, would be Blitz, and Blitz uses a satanic miracle to get her to turn into his own daughter, which leaves her with some wolf ears as a callback. Callback counter. I said like 4 times. I wanted her scene hair to be shaped like a wolf's head. Her raccoon tails were for fun, and I kept all of her piercings. Later on, you could see that I changed her shirt to be darker. I just felt like the brighter blue wasn't fitting the vibes for a demon. The demons in Good Omens are very grungy and have muted dark colors. I imagine that Loona would be super into human culture like Aziraphale, and the main angel of Good Omens. She definitely is inspired by goth and scene culture. Like how Crowley, the main demon, is obsessed with Queen, she'd be obsessed with, like, My Chemical Romance. Or Pierce the Veil. Or both. Definitely a big party goer. I could definitely see her in, like, mosh pits and super, like, alternative, maybe rock concerts. I think she'd really look up to Crowley and how he treats people and what he does. And also how he's, like, more modern in his attempts to get people to delve into temptation. Whereas with Aziraphale, she'd really appreciate his appreciation for humans. Millie was a bit of a challenge. Her demon form was so different from what Good Omens does with demons, I had a difficult time trying to fit her in. I didn't want her to be a balance of both shows. I wanted her to be herself in Good Omens. I made Millie the most innocent looking, her round shapes and cute outfit to prove it. I still wanted her outfit to be flexible, because she's an assassin, and arguably the most skilled one. I thought about giving her red hair, but I just saw the voice actress's hair and I immediately fell in love with the texture and color. And also, I thought it'd be a pretty safe bet to leave Crowley to have his own flair. I still wanted her outfit to be professional, almost trying to play off as an angel to those who sent celestial powers. Her overalls ended up a bit more blue than I wanted, but it's actually fine because it does give more angel vibes. I really wanted so badly to lean into a 50s housewife, but I knew it wouldn't work for her character. I definitely could see her wearing cowboy boots. She's definitely a huge Dolly Parton fan. Her demon trait would be staying hidden unless she's needing extra bounce to chase in a target. She would have a demon tail. I feel like her and Crowley definitely have, like, some lore together. Maybe they went out together committing sins or something. I feel like she definitely doesn't like Aziraphale. She thinks he's a goody two-shoes and would rather just stay away from him. And it's a bit ironic because Aziraphale and Moxie's designs are gonna be a bit similar. Moxie was fun. I saved him for last and really thought of ways to differentiate him and Aziraphale because of their soft nature, white hair, and round shape language. Moxie is actually a very sympathetic and empathetic demon. He doesn't really care about his appearance and has been compared to a possum, so I figured as a human he'd just naturally fit in pretty well. He definitely has chosen the more angelic route on a couple of things and almost got into trouble for that, but let's sit up for him. I loved his button motif so much. Like, yes, Moxie is so button. I like the idea that he wears all black to cover his more innocent side, his innocence being represented by his white undershirt. His face is littered with freckles, and I took heavy inspiration from his voice actor. Although he does look sort of like a demon version of Aziraphale, I still think it's pretty good. Speaking of which, I think him and Aziraphale would really get along. I feel like he wishes he was Aziraphale and really looks up to him, and hides that from Millie. Like in the show, how sometimes he's intimidated by Blitz, I feel like he'd be very intimidated by Crowley. I feel like he also would find Crowley to be a bit eccentric and kind of an oddball, not really liking him. So, obviously I made a couple of mistakes here and there. I totally forgot to add the stripes to Blitz's horns and also shade Moxy, but it's my first video. You know, I'm gonna make a couple of mistakes here and there. I'm really especially proud of their height differences. It was what I was envisioning. Well, those were my guys. Let me know what you think in the comments and who's your favorite and what you do differently. If you enjoyed, let me know if you'd want a part 2 and who'd you like to see in that. Thanks for watching my first video. I'm Hollow Angel, and I hope you have a blessed day.